fighting for. I will give you everything and more.
Welcome to Daily Energies with Empress Shay, where we tune into the frequencies of truth, clarity, and renewal. Take a deep breath and center yourself, and let's uncover what Spirit has for us today for the collective. The King of Cups. Oh, Queen of Wands. Six of Pentacles. The Chariot. The Hierophant. Hanging Man. Hanging Man. And the Ten of Cups. Yes. Underneath, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Taking a look at the work that has been done. Yes. All right. And that Empress, that divine feminine, and the Queen of Wands connected. And then the Hierophant took it all the way to it grounded the radiance in wisdom and tradition. The Hierophant is much like the church, grounded in some very positive thinking, very positive moving towards learning about our gifts, very positive. So the Hierophant signifies that very positivity, the grounding, the wisdom, and the tradition. It signifies that, and it suggests that your gifts are not new, they're remembered. They're a sacred calling to teach, lead, or mentor through your own examples. So you already know. I think I tell you all the time, you really already know. It's really inside you. You got this. Even though you have some feelings of self sabotage at times, even though sometimes you get hung up on those addictions. But see, once you realize, all it takes is for you to realize that I don't need to be doing this. I need to push past it. I need to get it together. Come up with a plan. That chariot comes and pulls you out. That chariot energy is the energy that we have inside us that tells us it's time to move on, sis. It's time to move on, bro. Brody, move on. Okay? And then we know what's at the end of the rainbow. We know what's at the end of that rainbow. What's at the end of that rainbow is determination towards emotional fulfillment. We know that. As a collective, we know that if we push past all of this energy, if we push past, if we could just push past that negative sabotage, that negative addiction, we know that we can get to this emotional fulfillment. Already, we all know that. And then that King of Cups, this is a sequence that tells a story of overcoming inner bondage. The devil, that devil here, has limiting patterns and attachments. But once we as a collective, it held us back at one time, but we don't deal anymore with fear, doubt, or false control because the chariot shows the victory over that. And we kind of talked about that before. I just wanted to go back and let you know that from there we got to that emotional fulfillment, to that emotional security. So then by the time we were at a balance, an emotional balance, we were able to gain perspective. So that's what that's leading to. Here the tone softens. It softens. The King of Cups guides us as a collective to maintain emotional maturity through a give and take. A give and take. It's a time when we look out for others and others look out for us, and it's a give and take. And that give and take energy leads us to a surrender, a pause to realign and look at how do we perceive, how are we perceiving? Because the only thing that's important really is how we respond and how we perceive. How we perceive things and then how we respond to it. And that's what gives us that emotional fulfillment, that emotional sovereignty, that divine, where we don't have to be worried about a thing. And then when we look at the hanging man, asking us to surrender, to pause, to take us, to just stop. And the thing that I love about taking a pause is honestly, even when you are going through a very difficult time, when you just take a pause, you see that it is not as bad as you really thought it was. Your perception begins to clear. All the fogginess starts to clear. And it's about knowing when to act and when to simply observe. That's all pausing is. It's knowing when to act and when you should just observe. Just take a look at it. Just trust that what is being rearranged behind the scenes will bring greater harmony and reciprocity. Yep, that's it. And with all of this, that underlying message is being patient. It's just patience while everything ripens. While it all ripens. Because that card underneath, you see, is the seeds that were sown in all of that being overcome from the self-sabotage and being overcome from the addictions and the greed and the envy, the materialism, being overcome, pushing through all of that and getting to that emotional fulfillment. It took work. It took work. That underlying energy is the work that is time to uproot them with doubt, evaluate and refine, and trust divine timing. This energy calls for confidence in your own divine process, confidence that you're going to make it through, that break that breaking free from self-imposed limits, moving towards fulfillment and allowing spirit to balance what's been uneven. So remember, loves, creation takes patience, power, and presence. It takes patience, power, and presence. The seeds you've planted are growing even when you can't see them blooming, even when you don't see them taking root and blooming. Keep moving in faith, stay centered in your truth, and let Spirit do the heavy lifting. So until next time, stay open, stay grounded, and stay in your Empress energy because the harvest is coming. The harvest is coming. Patience, power, and presence. So until next time, loves, be blessed and love yourself. This is Empress Shay. Have a good evening.